Welcome to the Strong Casuals podcast. My name is Ben. I'm here with Anthony and the Cord King, Eric.
What's up?
Again, Cord King. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got that. I almost died of COVID.
Rest in peace. You're
This
old person.
Yeah. As you guys know, this is our main source of income, so things have been rough lately. Trying to just pay the bills at this point.
Yeah, I don't
couple
know.
grains of rice a day.
You had to
and,
get sick for a month, and now my wife is homeless, so that's cool. But
Yeah.
we're back at it.
Yep. All of our sponsors really brought the money to us, and by that I mean our wives.
Yep. Say goodbye to Jolly Green Giant sponsorship.
We've shared one can of Rain Energy
Yeah.
the last month.
And we weren't even given it. It wasn't even
We had to buy it
donated. We had to
ourselves.
buy it.
I was hoping for like a Jolly Green Giant sponsorship. That's not coming along. No
Yeah.
canned beans for any of us.
No. Do you think we could get a Campbell's Soups scholarship? Not scholarship.
I don't know.
Sponsorship.
I don't know. Only like Olympians are on Campbell's. I think we could maybe get a Progresso or a chunky soup.
All right. I'm into that.
I could get a chunky soup.
Let's do a chunky soup. Or it could be. Yeah,
Well, if we had chunky soup, you'd have stayed healthier. How about that?
that's true.
But
So that could be our first read through. If you're listening, Campbell's, or if you're listening, Chunky.
there's some chunkies listening. That's happening.
Yeah.
But we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We'll always come
We're gonna
back.
blast out like 15 episodes right now, so
I'm
you
gonna
guys you're gonna have a bunch to talk about.
Yep.
So
I'm going to stop apologizing every time we don't record things for 2 weeks because we always come back, okay? We're kind of like the herpes of podcasts.
Yeah.
You know? You think we're gone.
but you secretly love us,
But then
and
we're
we
back.
will be back.
We're hidden inside your body, waiting to come back.
Wait till your antibodies dip a little bit, and here we are.
So we lie dormant for a month at a time.
Yeah, it's
What's
fine.
the big deal?
You get a TB test, you get a strong casuals test. Okay, we'll briefly talk about Europe's Strongest Band, which this was ages ago at this point.
Yeah.
The Siberian Power Show, where we'll just look at Hathor again.
With the Siberian Power, that was like 2 weekends ago, or like this weekend, something.
It was pretty
That was
recent.
more recent than anything.
Yeah.
But
Really, well, yeah, whatever. So Europe's happened a while ago now.
on the 6th,
but-
the 5th of this month.
It was a good show. Luke Richardson won, which is fantastic.
That's really cool. I mean, this is it. I mean, this is kind of the first thing for Luke where it's like, yes, here we go. This is momentum. Keep moving into, I mean, the bigger shows are coming up. Luke's at Worlds, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it should be. I honestly, we'll look at the names, but
Yeah.
He obviously had some injuries, and that's I think it's a big, it's a huge component of strongman
yeah.
is just getting hurt and then having to come back.
Right.
And he, proved that you can do it. A lot of people's had Patty Haynes. I like Patty Haynes.
I do too.
I think it might be our Midwestern upbringing, but I feel like most Midwestern people, if they knew Patty Haynes, would know,
Yeah.
or would like him, with his strength, his grip strength, etc. And then Mateusz,
Good grip.
which is
Kielishkowski.
yeah,
He's super consistent, especially in Europe.
Kordiaka was there, fantastic.
Foytu,
Whatever.
Flynn.
We're going back to the just naming people and shit.
Luke Stolman got injured.
Yeah, Luke Stolman got his tore bicep.
Tore bicep. He's out for.
And Gavin
think-
Bilton's at the end.
Gavin.
So Tom, in one of Tom's recent videos, the one where he actually also talks about the Mitch Hooper thing that we can talk about.
Yeah.
He mentions the fact that the new trainers, the new trainer that Tom signed with, the organization, was the one that Luke was already a part of. And he said that he's pretty impressed with the therapy that they're putting Luke through with the torn bicep.
So you think he's going to be back for Worlds?
I don't
more
know
than
what
likely.
will happen.
Worlds
I'm
is
not
like
gonna say
4
anything.
weeks away. I would have
Yeah,
possibly.
May,
I mean, it's a
whatever.
lot of time. We'll see. Depending. I mean, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, torn biceps are significant, but you can come back to him. Gavin, the Bull Bilton placed last. Here's another topic we don't have to get into right now, but should Gavin stop?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't watch the event, so it's like I don't know. We don't see a lot about him. We don't know where his head's at. I mean, I just don't like talking about it every event that he's in. You know,
I just think
it bums me out.
I think he kind of had a following for a little bit. I think he got really pumped up from the Giants live shows, which are cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Europe's Strongest Man, but I just don't. I mean, this is going to sound bad, but I do feel like there's somebody that could be in his spot.
Yeah.
That could be a better competitor.
Well, what is the thing? Is this invite? Like, is all of these invite?
It's two guys. It's Colin and Darren.
Yeah.
His name. I mean, they do all the invites, and I think that like I would never want to have their job and try to decide who should get an invite.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like
I'm wondering if we're hitting a point where.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's plenty of candidates.
Maybe
plenty
somebody
of
else
candidates,
gets in there.
But it's like, yeah, once you take the bull out of an event, you're like, it's the end of an era. It'll feel that way, even if it's not.
Yeah. I mean, he still competes, but he's always finishing.
I know.
And I know it's a little bit different with Giants because Giants like has a ton of support and the events the big events will happen no matter what.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know, whatever. I wouldn't want to make that decision, but I kind of wonder. Okay, I'll stop hating on Gavin Bilton.
We love Gavin Bilton,
I love the dude.
but yeah, I don't like to see him in last place every single event.
Well, and I mean, he like has talked about it before, where he's just saying that like he almost seems disappointed in himself, which I mean he shouldn't be, but he's like, I can't remember what show it was, but after the show he said something to the effect of like, I know you guys like I appreciate the fans and like I feel bad because I didn't put on a show for everybody.
It may have been Worlds last year, to be honest. Something. I remember the clip.
I don't know. I think it was a Giants show, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. You can only hope for better things.
Yeah. And that was a good event. I think it's still on. You can still stream it on
Giants Live.
Yeah, if you want to watch it. And then most recently was the Siberian Power Show, which was like, I don't know, like I feel like, I mean, all of this stuff is super niched.
Yeah.
Or super niche. So you're probably not going to know what's going to happen anyway. But like the Siberian Power Show just kind of like happened. And then the like social media like afterwards just informed everybody it happened.
Right.
Like unless you were like following some like unless you were following Hathor's like social media leading up to it, and then you knew it was happening. But if you didn't do that,
yeah, I mean, I follow him. I didn't even know this was happening. I just knew when it like I didn't know there was a strongman event going on at the Power Show, but I saw them doing strongman events.
Yeah, so it was cool to watch Hathor compete.
Right,
he pulled a 425 deadlift, which I mean, we know that controversy. He's getting closer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't doubt that he's like he can do it in a little bit. But,
yeah, I mean, if he just keeps doing what he's doing at these events, you only think that it could escalate to that. But
I think it's notable though in that show, and there were some strong dudes in this show that like he won with 425.
Yeah, many dudes
kg,
pulled 390.
Right, but like 390 was the closest anybody came to him.
Yeah.
So I do feel like. And in other shows, like the deadlift bar is pretty freaking high,
right?
Pun intended. But like I don't know if it's going to be a show deciding. Well, I don't know. It might be. So Matoush won that, which was pretty cool. But the coolest thing for us, American people, was Sam Sukup was in there.
Yeah,
or Seth Sukup. Sorry,
yeah, Seth. Yeah.
And we saw him at OSG.
Yeah,
which was pretty cool.
What a cool thing for him to go out there to do that.
It's cool to see some of the red, white, and blue.
Right. Yeah.
Siberia.
Come on now. He got fourth in the whole thing. So I mean, that's incredible.
And I mean, there's some classic strength in here.
Like, I know.
Shivlikov was in there. That dude's a classic. That dude, he has one of the most notorious strongman pictures or videos out there.
Yeah.
It's him deadlifting, and he just like he's got so much ammonia up his nose that he just starts gushing blood out of his nose.
Oh yes.
And there's a lot of people like outside of the world of strength who like think that his like brain is exploding when he's doing it. It's really just like a dry nose from a bunch of ammonia.
Right.
But like he's just sitting there and he's got his beret on and his like face is all red and it just starts spewing blood out of his nose. And everyone's like, I don't want to do that. They're like, no, it's cool,
dude. We like blood from the nose in strongman events.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I mean, it happens more often than people think.
Right.
But dude has been in this for eons.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's 44.
Jordan.
He's been in it for a while. Dude's scary. I'm not gonna lie.
His picture is horrifying.
Follow his social media stuff. He's terrifying.
He seems terrifying.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Provided current global situations, I may not comment on it anymore.
Yeah.
Because
just,
he's
stay over there. It's fine.
Russian. Okay.
Yeah. Stay over there, Russians. Yeah, so that happened. That was the most recent strongman event.
Well, don't forget about Arnold South America.
I also saw that Arnold South America.
No, it's just cool that happens, to be honest.
I didn't even know that's the thing. I love that it happens. I'm trying to think.
But should we get into the
so what's the scoop, Ben?
Should we get into the weeds?
What's the scoop, Ben? I don't really know it. So like I'm on Mitchel Hooper hiatus because I don't want to listen to him anymore.
Just take a break.
I just don't want to listen to him anymore.
Yeah. It's like
I don't know his.
It's like when I take a break from drinking. It's not that it's terrible. It's just I just need a little.
Call me old fashioned, but he bores me. Okay, and I need videos that just give me, I don't know, a little bit more. And so, what's going on with the drama of the strongman world? Is it dealing with Arnold's or Worlds coming up?
Worlds, yeah. So I'll briefly paint the picture.
Okay.
And to the 12 people who will listen to this, who maybe not in the biz of strongman, this will be good because I can give a quick 1-2 on what's going on, and then everybody can have their opinion because
Eric, can you try to pull up World's Strongest Man confirmed events for this year?
Everybody has opinions.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Okay, so as we know, Big Laws is Mitchell's coach,
everybody's coach,
the people's coach.
Yeah.
And he was doing a podcast with Big Laws and Laws, his wife, who I'm very sorry I can't think of your name right now.
Miss Laws.
Yeah, she's great. I like her a lot. And they're talking about World's Strongest Man, and and Mitchell gets a little ranty about some specific things. So it essentially breaks down to his qualms, which some have been dealt with. A lot has happened.
I heard he's had multiple update videos since this podcast, I believe.
So initially, he was frustrated with the fact that Worlds does not allow or doesn't have friends and family have to pay to come to the event, and they have to pay for tickets. Mm-hmm. And so he takes significant issue with that.
Yeah.
And I think we can get into our opinions on it later. So he took issue with that you don't the friends and family have to pay their way, and they also have to buy tickets.
Okay.
Number 2, the payout for World's Strongest Man is 4th as far as the big shows go. Yeah. So there's 3 shows.
We know this.
That you get paid more at.
Yeah, we knew this.
And also not only that, but
Thank you.
They say that they have up to 90 days to pay out the money.
Okay.
So apparently,
Arnold's the payout Giants, is not right away.
No. So apparently Arnold, Rogue, Giants, the other big organizations pay out within maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And
seems pretty typical.
And I think should be noted that do you have a tissue?
You about to break a blood vessel, bro?
I already did. So I think it's worth mentioning that these other competitions are international competitions as well. So it's not like they have to get the money to whoever won, no matter where they are, where they
live.
But
whether it's Best Western or whatever, it's going to happen within the 2 weeks.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as I'm talking about going to country. So if Tom wins, Rogue can pay him to Scotland within 2 weeks or something.
Okay, right.
So IMG, the people that run Worlds, is
that who it is now?
Reserve the right.
Is it SBD?
No, it's not SBD.
IMG.
That's another thing. But it's IMG, and apparently there's 3 other companies that have their hands in this thing.
This is they're all new for this year?
No.
Okay.
This is the way it's been.
Ew.
IMG's won it or owned it for forever.
I remember hearing IMG. I know of IMG.
They're the ones that own. Now I'm sure. I hope somebody listens to this and corrects me because that means somebody listens. But
this is true. Please correct us.
So they don't pay out anywhere close to or they pay out within like 90 days, which is a bit absurd.
That is crazy.
And like Mitchell brought up I don't know, like a good point, which is a lot of these guys, they have to like, this is not their form of income.
No,
this is something that they do, and they enjoy doing, but like they have to take a week off of work or something.
Yeah, I mean,
they have to fly out there.
It's on their own dime.
Apparently, the food kind of sucks, even though they pay like a ton of money for it. Okay, I'm getting beside the point. So payout time sucks. The purse sucks.
Yeah.
No, there's friends and family have to pay their way,
Which is wild.
And then what else? Mitchell is not happy with the coverage by any stretch. Like the
yeah, we've always said that. I mean, come on.
Well, and we can get into it. So like he doesn't even like the finished product. Like even when they posted in December, he doesn't like what happens, or he doesn't like what they actually put on TV.
Yeah.
What else? I think that kind of sums it up.
Okay.
He doesn't like, apparently the contracts they sign. He did bring up the contract that they signed included some stuff that was pretty not great. And it kind of removed apparently a bunch of liability from IMG and put it on the athletes. He was like, "No, you need to take that out," which happened.
That's good.
So he posted this video. So first of all, the video happened with him.
So the podcast comes out.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like twofold, because the first thing that comes out is his rant while he's talking to Laws.
Okay.
Then he makes another video that sort of lays out his opinions about everything, because everybody's freaking out after his video.
Right.
And essentially the culmination of that is he is going to donate through Lift Heavy Be Kind and Moose Training. He's going to donate a percentage of money to go into an athlete fund, and that athlete fund would then help athletes get their family and friends to the show.
Okay.
Which he got a bunch of flack for that too. So that was like the first video.
Okay.
Then like a bunch of people make videos back at it. Like Pau Dwyer has made a video about every video that he's made.
Oh, really?
And I think
saying what exactly? I mean, what's the?
Well, so it's to me it seems
what's
like
the general consensus on the other videos?
The general consensus is the money sucks.
So they agree with him on that.
The thing that they can agree on is that like the money sucks.
I mean, we've known this for years. I mean, everybody says it. It is the lowest paid, and it's always been this way. I mean, it's before the other massive three.
Yeah, and I think and this is me, but I think that like for a while and to a lot of people, they still are just the pinnacle of strongman.
Right.
That's another huge debate that's going on now in the world, because now everybody's like, well, is Worlds really even
that big of a deal?
The top of the thing?
Right.
There's a huge the constituent of people who are arguing that strongest man on earth is now the pinnacle.
Right.
And they're just like forgetting about World's Strongest Man. But so Pau Dwyer makes a video that's coming back. That's kind of like, I mean, it's Pa, he's great. He's just kind of like, yeah, the money sucks, but also like this is a TV show, and like you kind of have to understand that. And like he's like people are excited to go to World's Strongest Man. Yes, maybe it's not going to make them any money.
Yeah, move the needle necessarily, but
in Mitch's estimation, which I have no idea, but in Mitch's estimation, he said that if you don't get to the finals, you will not even break even with the expenses of going there.
Yeah.
And so he made a video that's like whatever. And then I don't forget exactly the order.
Okay.
Mitch comes out with another video
that
says that World's Strongest Man now is giving, I think, 4 tickets to each athlete.
For family and
friends.
Okay.
Which, okay.
Yeah.
So now Mitch is going to use that money. Basically, he's just going to pool all the money, and he's going to write every athlete a check.
Okay.
With 24 athletes, because not him.
Right.
So whatever gets raised, and he's just going to hand it out to the athletes.
I mean, that's cool.
I mean,
it seems very strange. I get it seems like for a good cause, but at the same time, it's just.
Yeah. And he alluded in the video, to the fact that he's like, I'm sure there's going to be some guys that don't take it.
Yeah.
And like, it's and whatever. Like I don't care. But like
is he just giving this in addition to purse money? Is that what he's saying, or like many like?
Well, everybody's getting it no matter where you place,
right?
And so I mean, like he's hoping for, I think he's hoping to give every athlete $1,000 when all is said and done.
Yeah,
which like cool. Like I mean, I don't know, whatever. I think one of the sketchy things is that he did it all from his 2 companies.
Yeah. I
mean, his argument back to people like that was like, well, listen, this isn't charity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think he kind of headed off an initial argument. He's like, I'm not giving charity to these guys. I raised money for them through my own thing.
Right.
So I don't know. It doesn't really bother me.
No.
That much.
No, not really.
And it was a discount on the stuff that he already sells. And so it's like, I mean, not a discount. It's just some of the money that he's sold with like Lift Heavy Be Kind
right
goes to this account. It's like, cool, man. I don't care what you do with the money you make.
Right.
And the idea that that's going to incentivize people to buy your product, like,
I don't know.
Care.
Yeah. What is he trying to do? I mean, obviously, inevitably, just by him pooling that donation money, he's bringing also in more income for his companies. So
yeah,
and which is, that's a little weird, but and then at the same time, I don't know if he's trying to push obviously IMG into giving more money. Like that's obviously I'm assuming the end goal, but it's weird. But I also see his qualms. We talked to Nick about this, where he let us know about the Europe. For Europe, it drops on Christmas and all. It's like every European athlete absolutely thinks the world's is probably the biggest, if the most important to them, without a doubt.
Yeah, to a lot of people,
because it's like they get it they don't have to play that like waiting game type thing. I mean, I think they still do.
Well, they do, just like we do.
Yeah,
but I think it's there. It has this. It's a tradition,
right?
Yeah. And it's like to us, it's just kind of annoying,
right?
Which may just be more of a I don't know, commentary about the people, but like,
yeah, it's our fault. It's our fault.
But like, I think, well, we'll get in the end what I think should happen moving forward. But so he's got this money. He's going to write checks to people in the rules meeting. Cool. Awesome. Mitch, you're the best. You're giving everybody money.
Yeah.
So that's like, whatever. Pa made some more videos responding to some stuff. It's just kind of like, okay, like we do have to accept this is a TV show. And like there are some things that come with that. IMG owns the things. The Lalas, is it Lalas brothers? Lalas
brothers.
Lalas. I can't think of the guy that he competed in the early 2000s. And I can't think of his name right now. That's his last name, but I can't pronounce it correctly. But they made a podcast that was pretty cool, and they were the ones that talked about IMG owning the thing. IMG is like $1 billion company.
Yeah.
So I mean, they own UFC and WWE.
Yes, I know who IMG is now. Yeah, actually.
And so I think like maybe separate of Mitch's. I mean, I think he's making the same argument, but it's like, dude, you're loaded.
Yeah.
And on paper, you're spending astronomical amounts of money on this event.
Yeah.
And it still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And so Mitch said something about like, if you bring a problem up to them, they have to form a committee and it takes 4 meetings to get anything done, like where to put garbage cans.
Yeah.
And it's like, who cares? Also, apparently they're spending something like $200,000 in food.
Yeah.
And most of the athletes were like, the food was pretty shit. Like it was
I'm sure
powdered eggs and like some pretty gross stuff. And apparently you can pay for your coach or family to also be able to eat with you.
Yeah.
But it'll cost you $1,500.
$1,500
for 4 days.
I mean,
like that's a bit absurd.
Welcome to big corporation. I mean, that's just kind of
and I think that's
for them. Sadly, it's a product. So sadly, and it's like it's been this way for God. It seems like forever now.
Well, it is. I mean, it started in '77 as a TV show. It was a gimmick, and I think that like we have to kind of accept that.
Yeah,
and realize that it is a TV show.
Yeah. Just accept it for what it is. It like started the strongman shows.
Right. And so Tom made a video It was just like a lifting video, but then he answered some questions.
I saw some of this.
And the one he was asked to respond to Mitch's commentary. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, the money sucks. He said the same. I mean, it was just like, yeah, that whatever. His big thing that he took issue with was that like contract stuff and like behind the scenes stuff should really not be dealt with on social media.
Yeah.
He's like, if you have a problem, go to World's Strongest Man, like go to IMG.
Is it a little Karen-y?
And
yeah, maybe.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Even Pa made a comment too that was like, because in Mitch's original rant, he talks about the fact that he doesn't feel like there's anybody at IMG that he can like email or call and answer his questions.
I mean, probably.
And part of me is like, okay, are they questions or are they demands?
Right.
And I mean that in like a nice way.
Right.
But Pa's comment was, he's like, I'm pretty sure if you email IMG, like they're going to do their best to get you an answer.
You're Mitchel Hooper, first off. Like, you are the biggest
Yeah.
athlete for that product specifically. So, like, I'm sure they'll answer.
Yeah, or find somebody that can
And if
answer
not,
the question.
Do you not have a lawyer or like a publicist?
Absolutely.
Something, you know, it's like somebody get your guys to contact them.
Sure.
You know, and if you have those guys, they're specifically trained to get a hold of those people. It's IMG. It is a big, massive corporation, but like you said, it's like you are a huge part of their product. And you know, if you're, because there's no CEO technically of World's Strongest Man, you know, like a product like the UFC has like a CEO, the WWE, stuff like that they do, but like World's Strongest Man is one of those weird things where it's like it's a TV show and it's just free running. You have guys who have been in the game, like Colin and stuff, have been like, we've been here for 40 years, so we're gonna be here, but there's no boss. Right.
And actually you hit on it dead on I mean, like one of the sort of like opinions that is kind of emerging from all of this is that we need that.
Yeah.
Like we need the arbiter of strongman,
a representative.
And in like, as far as Giants Live is concerned, we have that.
Yeah.
You know, it's Colin and oh my God, I think it's Darren. But like it's
I think
like
it is.
it's like,
they don't say his last name very often, but
it's like you have that guy. And like and World Strong, like Strongman doesn't have an international organization.
Right, exactly.
And I think that like, so the one last thing on the streaming thing, and then we can move on. That like IMG will never stream World's Strongest Man.
Right.
As long as IMG owns World's Strongest Man, it will never happen.
Yeah.
And I know everybody, like all 12 of us that want it.
I know.
Like it's not like that is not enough of a push for them to lose
the needle's not even
millions
close to
of dollars.
Yeah.
And so what has to happen is somebody else has to buy World's Strongest Man.
That's what it is. Yeah. You need another. Money is the only thing that moves other money. You're not going to get this IMG off the product unless somebody's coming with a massive paycheck. And that's. Do you need, which is funny because in 2025, we have a lot of those types of people.
Yeah.
You have there's so many secret billionaires and millionaires that just are sitting around or that are even fans of the product.
You know, like, or like people that are just like so obsessively dedicated to something. I mean, Engen comes to mind.
Right.
Like, I mean, the only reason we have, and say what you will about like, you know, East versus West and King of the Table, but
I think it's in that sense, I don't know how much money Engen has.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he's obsessed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that drive can do a lot.
Of course.
So I mean, I think
but like IMG to bust in there, it's gonna be tough. You have to have money. You can't just Engen is not gonna get a hold of IMG if you know since arm wrestling was kind of up in the air at the time. You know, WAF and everything was gone. We didn't have. Engen was like, I know all of the best European pullers in the world and plenty of American ones. I can just get these guys together because they love what they do.
Right.
But now we have lots of money being involved in Strongman. Like there's a lot of money moving around. Maybe it doesn't get paid out at World's Strongest Man, but IMG is putting so much fucking money into that product. And
and they're like, but they're at the same time they're making a lot of poor decisions. Like apparently this year, another thing that was sort of on the list of bad, I don't know, marks against World's Strongest Man. Mm-hmm. Apparently this year, the promoter area and the like fan area is like significantly smaller. They doubled the price for sponsors.
Of course.
SBD's gone
completely.
Grain is gone because they charged them. Well, for them, I think it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
So SBD's gone, Rain is gone, and Tier, through Mitch Hooper, apparently, like they were like, "Hey, dude, like we'll throw down," and they quoted them twice what SBD had previously, and so they were like, "No, I'm not going to pay twice as much for arguably a worse event because you're having all this stuff."
Yeah.
I don't even know if Lift Heavy Be Kind is going to have a tent. Like have a thing there among other people because it costs so much money to do it. So like you have less, you're not promoting, you're not offering space for.
Maybe it's just inflation. When I think about 2024 to 2025, the markup's pretty on par with what I'm paying for other stuff. I feel like.
I mean, the real question is there a tariff on muscle? Okay. Because damn,
dude, to get Kieliskowski over here, it's gonna be Thor 245% tariff.
Dude, I mean, oh my god, if we to ship Thor here,
if it's by pounds, we're not getting him over here. We don't have that kind of money.
We are done.
He's not getting over here.
We can't afford that. IMG will go bankrupt if they have to pay a tariff on half Thor.
Oh, this is all.
I mean, just between half Thor and Tom, we'd be screwed. I know
it's be a real problem.
It's like 1,000 pounds a man, dude.
If BB's coming over.
Oh, we can't afford that, BB.
We can't. We took him out of the show.
We can afford everything but his arms.
He's gonna do a log press via satellite at his own.
Yeah. We got to leave his delts in Africa. Everything else. So I mean, so like the commentary.
I am very interested to see who is even going to be the sponsors at all.
Well, I don't even know who's going to be there. Like and like the sort of like not ambiguous, but the sort of like not brass tacks part of this is that one of Mitch's big things in all of his videos was that he said he felt disrespected by World's Strongest Man. And he didn't feel like they were listening to his concerns. Again, I don't know if it's like concerns or demands. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, and he didn't feel like he was being respected as an athlete. Again, I don't know if I've said this before, but I recommend that everybody go listen to the Dave Tate podcast that has oh my God. I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work.
It's okay.
For those of you who don't know, I came close to maxing out deadlifts last night. I did a very heavy deadlift session.
Did you?
And as I said before, the CNS is taxed. So we're trying to get that back into my brain parts, maybe.
Oh, you're talking about who Dave Tate was talking to on his podcast?
Yes.
Oh, the guy you brought up to me like 12 times, and you now forgot it?
Yes.
Oh.
My brain doesn't work.
That's okay. Everybody knows who Dave Tate is, but...
Yeah, go on Dave Tate's pod... Well, just listen to it anyway, because it's a great podcast. And
what?
When you listen to it, you appreciate how much I don't go...
Does he do that
into the mic? I'm just kidding. I love you, Dave. I mean, all I'm saying is that there's an episode with Ryan Rhodes on it, where he talks about this whole thing that we're talking about, and he has, I think, a incredible insight into all of this, from being an athlete to a promoter to running this stuff, and he has some incredible insight. And I think that like he and now more people are saying the same thing, which is essentially we need strongman to be in houses and on TVs.
Yeah.
And we need general people to watch it.
Yep.
And because it's such a niche thing, like advertisers don't want to pay for commercials because who's watching it?
Right.
And like so they don't want to pay money for that.
It's one show of the year. It's not like
Right.
you know there's a World's Strongest Man every month. Of course, I'll be a
Right.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and even like and like one of the things Rhodes talks about is like we keep on getting sponsorships from strongman supply companies.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ruin his he said it much more eloquently to me or the show. But he made this comment that was like, you watch, like when we went to OSG, who sponsored OSG? Like Cerberus,
yeah,
Death Before Dishonor, like all of these, like
all weightlifting products.
they're all weightlifting products.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's like, it would be like if you went to watch a football game and all the advertisements were for cleats and footballs.
Yeah.
Like people don't watch football.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I want to buy a football.
I actually
like-
leave with 6 per
It's
game.
like, yeah. Or like, I want to buy pads. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I was really like my amateur football league
Right.
is I'm going to like, so
The only other people who does like golf does that. But they have other sponsors
Yeah,
too. But like
that's
Tailor
true.
Made, like they put out products.
yeah, but like golf is a huge hobby.
Yeah, it is.
Strongman is
It's
not a
yeah,
popular
you're right.
hobby.
No, right. If it's a hobby, if it's a hobby sport at the same time, then you can
Right.
sell your products.
Totally. But I think that like and I think Bob mentioned this in one of his responses that was like people get mad because they feel like strongman events are like pandering to the general public.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't get mad about that. That's the whole point, dude.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of this is to get people to watch it who have never watched it before.
Right.
I mean, that's why we exist on this podcast.
That's true. It's
Like,
true.
I mean,
We want to see a commercial of somebody log pressing 16,000 cans of Bud Light. That's what we want to see, for a commercial.
Bud Light.
Bud Light, I mean, they sponsor everything.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, like you get it, and people are like, well, like, I want to see an insurance commercial on watching Western. It's like, stop.
You see
Just
insurance
stop.
commercials everywhere else.
Yeah.
Why is this the problem?
Yeah. So I mean, like, I think we're having the same conversations over and over again, and I don't know what's going to break. And
Yeah,
I don't know what's. I think you've got a situation like in the United States. I think Strongest Man on Earth has a much better chance at becoming a televised event that gets into people's households and like on their TVs than Worlds.
We are in the world of streaming.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to watch something that is streaming, whether it's free or not. Rogue, everybody watches because they put out a free product. Strongest Man on Earth, you have to pay for, but
Yeah.
it's not that expensive.
But even if it's a pay-per-view, I mean, think about how many people pay for pay-per-views.
I know.
Like how many people pay for fights?
I know.
How many people and as long as the pay-per-view isn't like inordinately expensive,
Yeah.
people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like I mean, and just think about OSG, man.
Yeah.
That streaming was great.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there.
I know.
And one, I mean, like, and so I mean, you
It can be done
do it.
too. Yeah, it can be done too.
It just depends on who owns it.
Right. Yeah, and speaking of IMG and UFC's contract they've been on ESPN for the longest time and they're not staying with them anymore. So for a moment, like Netflix was talking about them, but they have a pay-per-view product too. So it's like, and Netflix doesn't have that. So they were like, I don't think it's going to happen because I think Netflix said they were trying to do like groundbreaking events. Like that's what they want to have, like for like live
The
things.
Tyson fight.
Yeah, I'm like, what things that blast your servers to death? I'm like, that's not a good
You
thing.
just get like a choppy 10 minutes of Mike Tyson bobbling
The
around in
last
the
live
circle.
event they had on Netflix was like Pop the Balloon dating event that they should. I was like,
Oh man, that sounds
what is
great TV.
this? This is just the worst. Yeah, it's like I hope Strongest Man on Earth can. Everybody can stream to their TV from that. Like it's obviously YouTube. If somehow you could get it to YouTube, you can get it to YouTube, and you can put a pay-per-view on YouTube, which they don't do. I think they should do. Strongest Man on Earth should do something like that.
Well, and like I'm just saying that like whatever avenue they take, I think they have a better chance
Yeah, no.
than Worlds because as long as Worlds is caught up, and I think actually their contract with CBS ends after this year.
So it'll get interesting next year.
But like there's sort of to me there's like two problems. There's two massive problems. One is there is no international governing body of strongman,
Yeah.
and two, which is sort of I think a
CBS Sports
tangential
blows.
problem.
That's the real problem.
Yeah. I think like that we don't have that governing body, and then secondarily, as a product of that, like you can't sell events because nobody knows what it is or wants to watch it.
Bro, when World's Strongest Man is going on, it may be one of the most stressful, annoying piece of shit events to pay attention to.
Yeah.
It makes me furious. I have to check online every
refresh a page.
couple of hours to check for event logs.
Yeah.
And it's like
Every May, this is going to be us in a couple
for
weeks.
6 months you wait. You're like,
well, and
then you miss it.
Yeah.
Because you don't fucking know when it is. And CBS Sports is a whack channel in the middle of nowhere. Everybody knows where CBS is, but you don't know where CBS Sports is. It's bullshit.
Utica.
Yeah, might as well be. Ixonia.
Yeah, dude. Scandinavia, Wisconsin.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, no, I completely agree. I was going to say something.
I apologize.
It was, yeah.
Next year,
yeah, it's going to be us sitting at work refreshing a page, waiting to see what happens. And they were like, and obviously they're like huge on the like, you do not record stuff and you do not post it on your social media page. And it's like, okay, do you know how all of these guys make their money?
I know.
Social media.
I know.
And so like you're kind of like putting a hiatus on them making any money for it.
The only nice thing that happened, and this is weird because the only thing that happened was Eddie Hall, remember, would post videos every day of like live updates as to what, and he'd post small clips of them doing part of the event. I don't know. They must have had
I don't know how he got away with that.
Exactly. Something there, but he's working the event too, remember?
Yeah.
He works with the other guy doing commentary.
Well, actually, last year, I thought, honestly, like, I didn't know about all this behind the scenes stuff. I thought as far as like publicity goes and lead up to, last year was great.
I agree.
They did like, they released an event a week or whatever when they did that thing. Which this year they just like dropped all the events in one day and everyone's just like, oh.
But genuinely, Eddie's videos was saved the whole comp because I completely freaking forgot about it by the time it was airing, 5 months later.
Right.
But like I said, I don't know how Eddie's doing it. He must be in cahoots with WSM, which is fine, but it's like exactly what you were just saying. Social media is their everything. I mean, and it's like if they can't post anything about it, it's crazy. We're refreshing, and we're just like, somebody would get a 0 on an event. We're like, well, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
like, I have no idea. Yeah, it's like, and you don't even know. Some days you didn't even know. You had no idea what happened still.
Yeah. No, I mean, I completely agree. I think that like, I don't know what has to happen first. Like, I don't know where the horse and the cart are, but like, I think
viewership would have to tank. Attendance would have to tank. Like it would take a monumental problem. And
I think Mitch Hooper could be that problem. He said if stuff doesn't like line up, he's just not going to go back to Worlds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I mean, like
that would be a thing.
One of the end of one of Paz videos is hilarious. He's like, please don't go. Like
I know.
Like you need to go. And Pa brought up a good point where it's like once you get this cycle of like top 5 guys, like you need to show up. Yeah, because.
That's what the competition is.
Like next year, assuming everybody's healthy, Tom Halfthor show up, and if we have Tom and Halfthor, and we don't have Mitch, it's just kind of like okay.
A closer race with more people is always more exciting. Period. Yeah, it's like the competition in Strongest Man is like you said, those 3 guys, and then there's like some dudes who are getting dangerously close.
Yeah, I'm just saying if Tom won,
right,
it's like.
No, yes.
You don't want to say it. You don't want to like say it. But
the only reason you won is because Mitch wasn't here.
Right. That's like, all it's going to. That's going to be his life forever.
I know. And once again, since Arnold's, we've already Tom already switched coaches again. He's with Sam, who's working with Lucas, who's been working with Luke, and I think it's just this is going to be a brand new thing for. It'll be a brand new Tom, so I'll be interested to see what happens with Tom again.
Dude, Tom looks good.
Yes, he does. In his new videos, he's looking really good.
Oh, he's looking huge too.
Yes, he's lean, huge.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, lean.
Not lean.
Relative.
Yeah, it's a strong man. Lean.
Yeah, it's strong man.
That he's just looking big. He's looking strong, and I think like he seems to be in a good place.
Agreed. He seems more mentally stable in those videos, and
he seems like a lot better than the last couple times we've seen him.
Yeah. No, I'm really hoping for good things. Because what is the date of World's Strongest Man and then Strongest Man on Earth?
May 16th through 17th through 19th?
Yeah.
16th through 19th? May something. That's
15th.
That's Strongest Man on Earth.
15th through the 18th for World's Strongest Man of May.
Yeah.
And then Strongest Man on Earth is...
That's not until
that's late.
August, I want to say.
Yeah, past that. I don't even know. But yeah, it's the once... I hope that Eddie is still doing update videos for World's Strongest Man this year, because that's the only...
Well, he's got Pujanowski to beat up on here
this weekend. Yeah, if anybody is interested in fighting and strongman,
it's the
Eddie Hall.
It's the crossover of all time.
It is the crossover of all crossovers. I mean, so 5-time World's Strongest Man Mariusz Pujanowski will be fighting MMA against 1-time World's Strongest Man Eddie Hall. And Pujanowski's been fighting for like 8 years, and Eddie's been fighting for like 2. He's training pretty hard, and obviously we know Eddie can train to do whatever the hell he wants. So, but this will be very interesting.
He'll train like an animal.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure he has.
So that's fun. But yeah, what else has been going on?
It's kind of funny physique wise. Pujanowski, like Eddie, just kind of looks like an inflated Pujanowski.
Yeah.
They all have that like a same body type kind of.
They do.
Eddie, I think has some height on him if I remember correctly. Yeah, because
Eddie's like 6'4", Pujanowski's like probably like 6'2" or something like that. But Mariusz is he's just shredded to pieces.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sort of surprised. I mean, he's still kicking.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So World's Strongest Man events dropped.
So did they actually drop? Because people did videos about him, right?
Yeah, and they didn't do anything like cool where like last year where they would like drop an event and then like whatever. Right. And they had that whole like retro gaming 8-bit thing going on.
Yes, I remember that.
And
yeah, they had like a theme.
Yeah, and it was cool. And this year, none of that. It's just like
we don't give a fuck this year.
We're just going back to like the same old whatever.
What's the Titans toss? I don't know what that event is. Who'd that be?
What'd that be? They all pick up. No, it's
one of the Titans that was like trapped underground in like Hercules.
Yeah, I was gonna try to come up with something witty, but it's just a keg toss. That's not just
like the manhood stones. They just make up more names for stones.
Yeah, testicle stones.
Yes,
vas deferens stones. Yeah, no, I think. I don't know.
Loading medley, right. Deadlift for qualifying events.
I know the athletes. So one of the big complaints too is that they don't drop the events early enough. So not only are like athletes a little bit iffy about things to train for, but also like they can't make that a part of their social media thing.
Right.
And so it's like that is definitely it hinders.
I understand
their ability to do that. I think we have a lot of classic stuff. I'm happy to see the Hercules hold back. Everybody hates that. I don't care. It's fun to watch.
I like it. So a stone medley is going to be instead of a stone off, that's what it is.
They're not doing the stone off.
Well, I know. So I'm just saying, like, what's
that's just the final event in the qualifiers.
Okay.
Which they must have listened. I think they listened to our podcast.
I think you're right.
And that was the reason they decided to not do the stone off anymore.
I did say on YouTube that IMG subscribed.
They were like, oh man. We've had so many other people with a lot of influence and clout say that it's dumb, but would put us over the edge.
I don't know.
Three average dudes from Wisconsin who were like, hey, the stone off is dumb.
Mark Felix, he whispered in a birdie's ear, maybe.
Actually, Mark Felix would probably love to do the Hercules hold.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Stone Press Max.
But notice, like, we don't have any, like, we have the Rogue overhead medley, and then...
Well, there's one confirmed sponsor.
Nothing else on there for, like, anything, because apparently IMG's just, like, we don't want...
Rogue's the only sponsor that we need, so...
Yeah, and it's not like they only have their own show or anything.
Yeah, they don't have enough money at all.
I don't know. I don't
know. It sounds like it's going to be weird, especially with all the drama going into it. I'm sure there'll be more videos coming out even.
Yeah,
still.
And I mean, I think that, like, World's Strongest Man's this is probably one of the first times they're probably feeling some pressure as far as, like... Yeah. But also, again, got to listen to that, Rhodes podcast with Dave Tate. Like, this is without some sort of governing body, it's a sideshow.
Yeah.
And it's not that we're demeaning the athletic prowess or the strength of these guys, but it's a freaking TV show. It's like it's you have to make. If you want to make money, it's got to be something you want to watch.
I mean, all niche sports, I'm assuming, deal with this. Yeah. You have to what? There's no union, so it's like there's.
Right.
The UFC fighters have wanted a fighters union because if they didn't get paid, this pay is weird, and same thing with I mean, anything that you don't have players looking over players or
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too. They talk. There is no strongman union.
Yeah.
So there's no. Which I know you probably know this, but that Hafthor Eddie fight, neither of them have been paid any money.
Oh yeah.
Neither of them.
No, they didn't get any money from it. Yeah,
paid any money.
Yeah,
that just blows my mind.
Right.
It's a bunch of sketchy stuff happened, and neither of them got anything out of it.
I mean, I think this is exactly what happened with when Eddie and Brian were supposed to fight.
Yeah,
they pulled the money pulled out, and they're like, "Well, we're not fighting."
Exactly.
That's as simple as that. And I'm assuming in that situation with Eddie, because I would say it's his first fight, so he didn't. He's like, I'm just here to fight. I don't know if he got word beforehand or after, but it's
I mean, and I think with both those guys existing, at least in some part, on social media and benefiting from it, it's okay, well, I may not get paid for the fight, but I'm going to essentially get paid for the fight.
I mean, those two, their social media is paying everything.
He deserves to be paid. I'm just saying that, it might be worth getting beat up
if they were lesser, if they were lesser popular strongmen, that would be an actual problem.
Right.
Yeah. It's but that. Well, and that's why it's with Mitch saying all this stuff, with him also being the richest strongman. I don't know anything, but I'm assuming of all the active strongmen, the active strongman is he the most wealthy? Maybe.
I think in active.
Yes, I'm saying active. I'm saying active.
Right, because I think Brian Shaw's got.
Of course, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for somebody who's going into World's Strongest Man, who is performing at World's Strongest Man,
I think Hafthor would probably be the only other one that's up there.
Yeah. Okay. So I
think the Stolmans are probably worth some money, but I don't know. They don't have as much outside revenue source.
Exactly. I'm just saying we know for a fact winnings alone, Mitch is making plenty of money for strongman, and for him to be butthurt about these money things. I get it because he is fighting for everybody at the same time. But some of these guys probably don't want to be fought for at the same time.
Well, and I think I agree. I don't know if his I think as far as the things he spent the most time on, World's Strongest Man payout being low wasn't the top of his priority. I think it's getting the money to the athlete is a big thing for him.
Of course. The 90-day thing is wild.
But I do think it also brings up another problem, which is strongman can realistically fund maybe 6 athletes at one time that are actually full-time strongmen because of the way that the number of shows, the way the payouts are, whatever. You probably got your 5 at the top. Those guys, sure, between probably coaching and between sponsorships and winning comps and whatever, they could probably do it.
Yes.
But and I think the way the system's designed is it makes it really hard for anybody under that to have a go.
Right.
And obviously OSG is doing what they can to solve that. Mm-hmm. But OSG is an undertaking too.
Yeah.
When we went to OSG, all those people paid their way to get there. You got to get stay there, and
right.
You got to it costs money, and so it's an expensive hobby for most of these people.
But that's the other thing too with the fan thing is it's but then why I still don't understand why the fan has to pay a premium price for a ticket to something that's at the moment not a premium product. Where it's,
the OSG visitor pricing was garbage.
That's crazy. Nobody should have to pay that kind of money, to go see their family, basically, at that point,
Well, I think it probably incentivizes the stream, but it disincentivizes going to the show.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know what their goals were as far as everything's concerned.
Right.
I know.
But I can only imagine what World's Strongest Man is you pay for a ticket for a visitor. I can't even imagine. Yeah, I don't, at what they're charging for everything else. It sounds like a.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm assuming you pay like arena show pricing for something like that because you're also
it's probably over $100 a day, I would guess.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Like the one of Mitch's suggestions was just to have a family and friend area.
Yeah.
Where it's like, like you get a wristband on because you're like, I don't know, Mitch's wife is there or something.
Right.
She doesn't, you're not guaranteed a spot in the front row or anything. It's just like you have an area where you can watch the events and be around your athlete. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think just it being talked about is good. Yeah, I think like the take home message here is I don't fault Mitch for doing this.
Of course.
I think
just being honest.
I'm not going to say that I agree with everything he said because my opinion matters.
Right.
But I'm also not going to say that he's not being an important force in the sport.
Yeah.
Because like I think that like maybe I don't agree with the way he's going about all this.
Yes.
But is he bringing more eyes to it? Yes. Is he pushing some people and some organizations to do things? Yes.
Yes.
That seem generally positive.
Right. If it's making actual change, of course that's positive. Does it have to be, so heavy-handed maybe? I don't know. It is, it's just like the whole I can't contact IMG is kind of wild.
I don't get that one.
If you have representatives for and maybe he doesn't. But he should.
Well,
he should.
And I don't know if there's just like one of the things that I think it was Pa brought up was he's like, I don't know if he just like once he started going on him, he just kind of like let loose.
Kept going.
And he was just like, I don't know, and this.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how much of that is that, but I don't know. I mean, I just think we need until we have general fandom and support.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna go anywhere. And so like. And you're not going to get people to enjoy it if it's not out there and if it's not interesting to watch.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, if they're not even contacting, if they don't respond to Mitch, I mean, if you don't show up at the show, I don't know if they're going to mind at the same time. Big heads, they don't care about what's going on. I mean, I just don't know if they do.
I don't think they do at all.
The bottom dollar
and
is,
I think
is what it's about.
And yeah. That was Pa's take home was like, we need somebody running this that cares about strongman.
Yeah.
Because right now it's obvious, like Strongest Man on Earth is run by Brian Shaw, who literally lives for this sport.
Yeah.
And has for basically his entire life.
Yeah. But you need an owner. Yeah. I mean, it's what it comes down to.
And like you have Colin who does what he can in all the ways that he can.
Yeah.
I'm mad that we didn't flag him down to try to talk to him at OSG.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Like, I mean, he's doing what he can to influence everything. He doesn't have a huge say in World's Strongest Man.
I imagine not. He's just one of the faces.
There and he's like helping out because he has forever.
Yes.
But like he doesn't screw these things up. He's not the one like
they're like, hey, I'm sure they're just like, Colin, like you said, you've been doing it forever. Be our voice, but you don't get to say what goes on. You know, it's like
well, what if we even had like the thing is that we still have this like awesome generation of strongmen that are still active in the sport.
Yeah.
So like, why don't we have a board?
Right.
All right. This is being said for the first day, for the first time.
The board of strongmen
on Strong Casuals podcast. Why do we not have like a board of trustees? I don't like a board run world's like strongman.
Yeah.
So you just have a governing body. And I mean, you know how excited like Ode and Magnus Ver Magnuson and Colin and all these guys are going to get to like sit on a board.
Right.
And like identify some actual rules and have that everybody has to follow. And like, there you go. Just solve it.
Well, it's an international product. IMG doesn't care about any of it. I think it's just like,
yeah, I know.
You have like that product. I can't look up how many what IMG has control of. Like what stakes does their fingers are in so many pots.
Yeah.
That until World's Strongest Man is pumping out like hundreds of millions of dollars back to them.
Yeah, it's not.
They will not care. Like it's
they own. I know they own UFC for sure.
Yes,
WWE.
But these products are putting out millions and millions of dollars, billions. These are billion-dollar corporations.
Yeah, WWE.
Yeah, I mean
MTV.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they own so much stuff.
They own so much. They're like the Blackstone of media. They're like Blackstone owns every piece of realty that's yeah. It's like they have it all, so it's like you have to put money back into them tenfold for them to do anything. Unless, like you said, there's a megalomaniac who has billions and millions of dollars who loves strongman is like, I will buy this product off you and I will do this. Okay. Keep your hands off of it. This is crazy. It's just, we'll see what happens if CBS Sports it's their last year if they don't reconnect or whatever the heck. But it's gonna be it's always gonna be World's Strongest Man, and they're always gonna give exactly what they've been giving. It doesn't seem like anything's changing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I
don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe we're beating a dead horse at this point. But
I mean, we always talk about. We've been talking about it forever. I mean, this is specifically about this event because we cry about it when it happens.
Well, and I mean, and in essence, we're talking about the same thing over and over again. I mean, this is like when we talked to Nick about it being a TV show.
This is what I'm saying. We've talked about it many times. Like it's like,
and it like.
It's been this way since '77. What are we supposed to do? It's like
I just like finding ways to get it in front of people who wouldn't normally see it, and I don't know how best to do that.
Sports.
But I mean, I like get a pay-per-view to stream it,
right?
Get something out there where people like can get it in front of their face.
Yeah,
this isn't working.
No, it's not. I mean, you need, like. ESPN has like plenty of like niche sport products. Like I don't understand. Like there's just plenty of places you could be that's not CBS Sports. I do not understand it.
I don't know. Apparently, it's even harder.
TNT. There's still broadcast channels that would take them.
Right. TLC, the Learning Network.
Right.
Wait, no, the Learning Channel.
Discovery.
History. Pa was talking about the fact that apparently in Ireland it's like next to impossible even to see it during Christmas.
Oh, really?
Because he said that it's on, and I don't understand how TV works, and nobody from Ireland is listening to this. So apparently there's a Channel 5. It's like a national channel.
Yeah.
And he's like, Channel 5 is apparently incredibly difficult to find.
Oh, my God.
And so, like, it's very hard.
They don't have a 5 on their remote.
And I guess not. I don't know. I don't completely understand how it can be hard, but
1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Because I believe most things.
That's a superstitious number.
Not the 5.
Take it off all the clickers.
Yeah.
Well, that's strongman for you right now.
Yeah.
Nuts of the weather.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I mean the climate right now in strongman, it's a little YouTubey right now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's and
everybody's blasting.
Some drama's good. Some, I mean, the old any publicity or any is good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll have to, and I know a lot of athletes, and the one thing that last thing.
Yeah.
Mitch does kind of imply in his rant that there are a lot of people that feel the same way.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, I don't know if he can say that because, like, Pa was like came out and he said the inverse, which was just like Mitch implied that, like, there's a lot of people who don't want to speak out because they're scared about pissing off worlds. He's like, there's also a lot of us that just don't agree with him.
Yeah.
Like, and not with everything he's saying. So it's like, it's not all just fear of World's Strongest Man. It's also like, I just might not feel the same way. Which I think is fair.
Yeah, it seems very fair. I think as things play out, as we get closer to Worlds.
Yeah, we'll see if other things pop up.
Yeah,
and if other athletes make a comment about it.
Because it's kind of
was very political about his response.
Yeah, I mean,
I would be too.
I would be too. I'm Tom. I was just like, Tom's got an audience and he's a nice man.
He is. And honestly, in the video, it seems relatively obvious that he's like, I'm here to train. Like,
that's what I also love about Tom's videos. Yeah. Is like, he's like, I'll mention it, but I'm also doing log press for half of the video.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, I'll answer your questions, but like, I feel like Tom is one of the more pure strongmen.
Yes.
Because he's just like, legitimately, he's like, I'm strong and I want to lift heavy things. and I want to enjoy this.
Yes.
And it's great.
That's why I like Tom.
And I think
pardon me that I don't want to watch Mitch sit with his 16 trophies in a tiny room and just talk to my face. I don't. He's like, it's like a hoarding room full of his trophies, and they're just gaudy and massive next to him. And I'm just like, this is a lot going on.
Dude has definitely completely immersed himself in his social media.
Yes.
Dude puts out content all the
nonstop.
time. And he's always making he and Mike Israetel had a bit of a thing.
Oh, really?
Because Mike Israetel was which I think everybody that watches Mike Israetel knows this, but he's a bodybuilding coach.
Okay, yeah.
He's not a strongman coach.
Right.
And so when he's talking about the best thing to do, it's not to be strong.
Right.
It's to build the biggest muscle you can.
Yeah.
And so he made a comment about kind of laying into Mitch, one of Mitch's videos about I think he said something like Mitch won't make you swole.
Right.
He's not, his training is not training strongman is not going to make you jacked.
No. You don't look at Mitch, you don't think he's cut to death. That's not what I see when I look at Mitch.
I don't think he meant any offense. He was just saying, listen, there are two modalities here.
Yeah.
That strength and size are for a long time best buddies.
Right.
But there is a fork in the road, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So his video is clickbait thumbnail was Mike Israetel won't make you strong.
I mean, it's just everything's so divisive when you have strength sports. When
I don't like it, man.
Everything's very specific to the sport. We all know this. It's that's like a Muay Thai guy talking to a Taekwondo guy that it's not that's the wrong technique. Shut up. We don't even do the same thing, man.
Right. Yeah, no.
It's
and I'm a little bit worried. Maybe I'm getting a little senile.
It's okay.
And you know what? This episode
we could be old and
senile, ranty. But I don't like this whole social media is just a place for people to make content where they yell at each other or make fun of each other or whatever.
It's like a video of your neighbor taking a video of your lawn when it's too long and then posting it to social media and be like, what the hell is wrong with my neighbor? Why are they doing this?
I bet you that exists.
That's what that's exactly what it's like. It's type of that's what he's doing, not bringing your problems to IMG. Everything doesn't have to be on social media, and I get it. Your entire, is the money machine is on social media, and I get that.
And just make your content about strongman and whatever,
or split it up.
It doesn't need to be.
Some people have 16 different YouTube channels because they want to keep one thing very specific to that.
And also
because I like some of Mitch's videos, but most of them have just been getting, it's nonsense. And so it's if you had two channels where you can aim those people, that also helps to keep, things in the right place.
I don't think, I've watched quite a few. I'm not sure nonsense. I just think it's
and
it's
that's,
just so clickbaity.
It is.
And top 5 this and top 10 this.
Yes.
It's dude, I and this is probably me being nostalgic and senile, but I just want to go back to the days where you got some okay video of the before Stoltmans, just in their pole barn.
It's just the algorithm has ruined everything because it's you have to have this insanely stupid thumbnail that pulls everything to you, and you're
yep.
Clickbait is just we have seen it all with all that stuff. So it's it's so, I'm when it comes to internet stuff, I'm over it boomer style at in our 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm just dude, I saw this 15 years ago and please just move on. Do something else.
Yeah.
We're
going into real.
Hey, we can do this. Okay.
Suspender wearing kind of.
Next time we can wear button ups next week if we want.
The Strong Casuals talks about the young kids and all the things that they want to do.
It's just, we are in a different world, and I totally get that. But it's I don't need
with the big words on the pictures and stuff.
You can have a sick thumbnail, but just do log presses.
Yeah, or don't make it some weird clickbaity thing.
Yeah, I loved Mitch's video because I'm a Joe Kovacs fan, an Olympic shot putter. I loved his collab with Joe Kovacs, another rogue athlete.
Dude,
he's massive.
I think he was on Brian Shaw's podcast too.
He may have been,
which I think is worth watching or listening to.
Yeah, anything that Joe Kovacs and his wife, Joe Kovacs' wife is his shot put coach. And so they have a podcast together, which is very interesting. So she knows a lot about strength training as well.
She throws balls too.
Right. Have you seen that video with him and Mitch? Have you seen Joe's fist?
Yeah.
It's like a catcher's mitt.
Yep.
It's like insanely massive. I mean, like twice the size of Mitch's hand. Where you're just like,
which he's already like a giant dude. Anyway.
Right, exactly. But I'm just saying, this is the kind of, like, the guy can put out good content, but as events get closer and always post events, like post competitions, it's like, it's very preachy. It's not nonsense, but sometimes it can get a little preachy. And this is a guy who's literally just smoking every competition to the point where it's becoming boring to me. So I'm like,
yeah,
that's enough.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm concerned more with. No, I mean, yeah, and I've been concerned more with powerlifting than I have strongman lately, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ben's trying to be in a juice head, everybody, if you guys were wondering. But
I can't do any of the drugs, though. It's tested. I'm in a tested federation.
I wish you could.
I can't do the drugs.
I wish you could. Then you'd be
I'm
more.
not going to do the drugs.
If you were just in here with like,
that's why I'm in the
just a blown out cutoff and you're just nips just blasting the whole podcast.
Yeah. I mean, that could happen even if I'm not on the drugs.
You could just be on nothing but sodium and I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah. Inflamed.
Sorry, I'm incredibly inflammatory today. What
I mean, I think that was good. I think there's some in the middle part. There was some good stuff there. We got a little whatever, but that's okay. So long story short, there's a whole bunch of drama surrounding World's Strongest Man. World's Strongest Man happens in May, in the middle-ish end of May. We'll see what happens. I'm sure there's a bunch more stuff out there, but if you're like into this and you want to know more about the drama, look at Pow Dwyer's page. Obviously, Mitchel Hooper, Big Laws. Tom's got some stuff to say about it. I'm sure more people will pop out of the woodwork making their own videos about it, but I think it's worth looking at.
And if you're listening at this point, you're definitely going to check out these videos.
Oh yeah,
I mean, if you're still here, if you're still here, God bless you. You know, we're back forever as always. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who do you think you are? I am.
That's what it is. That is it. That's the quote. We're the strong casuals. When you're gripping, we're talking.